Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation show. You know what? I was going to do my Facebook Live, but I figured I'd come on my live stream for a little bit, my restream. Um, I'm doing this right because I was just listening to what happened with the squeegee kids and the shooting of this guy, and the guy that the young man shot is Will, a friend of mine's, Will's wife, family member. And he had called me and he was telling me how Brandon Scott was calling it, making it a racial thing, you know, and they was a little upset about that. And I said, well, they tend to do that, uh, because of the magnitude of what happened. Right, the white guy jumped out the car. He didn't have to. Once he drove off, for your safety, he should have kept moving. But he came out with a bat, and the young kids, and that's sad that they are carrying around guns like that now, just to go out and clean windows and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say this too, right? Because if you don't, and I'm talking to the adults, you got to look at your life when you was a teenager. If when you was a teenager, look at, well, let me straighten that out. If you was a teenager that lived in the inner city, and on a daily basis you dealt with like survival, you was in survival mode, because you never knew what was going to happen, and that can happen anywhere. But I'm gonna go back to in the inner city. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because the only reason why I used to carry guns at 15, I used to carry guns. Now, mind you, too, that's I was living an illegal lifestyle. Never went to jail for it and all that type of stuff, thank God. But I'm just saying, he turned my life around. But now, I try to explain to certain people who are grown now, who forgot their years of getting there, from adolescent or childhood to teenage to middle age, and you old now. You forget the process it took you to get to where you at today. So you act like people supposed to, all our young generation supposed to already be there. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And I watch a lot of y'all very educated and very smart people, and I watch what y'all do, which really you forget that it's survival mode to a lot of our younger generations that's out there when it comes to either food, when it comes to the housing, when they know their mother had maybe 5 or 6 kids, maybe 2 or 3, and she's struggling to take care of her children by herself, or the mother's on drugs. You got that little young teenager out there, he trying to make a little extra money or whatever, to take care of his younger brothers and sisters. And I'm not saying it's right for them to go out and break the law and all that type of stuff. No, I'm not saying that. Okay? So let's get that one straight. But the thing is, this is why I do what I do to help Baltimore inner city people. The teenagers are included as well in everything I do. I want to make sure that their lives is enhanced as well. Well, anyway, I'm sitting up here and I'm listening to what's going on. Commissioner Harrison, sit the fuck down, bro. Sit the fuck down. And I'm telling you this right now. You know about the law, but you don't know nothing about people. When they come up to somebody's car, it's not a criminal act to wash somebody's window or to try to wash their windows. The criminal act comes after the behavior of the two individuals. Rather that young person going after that individual in the car, or the person in the car is coming for that young individual. I just listened to what you just said, and I think you're dumb. Let me watch it. Watch. Come on. Let me bring it down. Cause you supposed to be. See, your job is enforcing the law, and that's all you know. That's why our city in the predicament that it's in. Because a lot of y'all that know about law don't know about solutions, like working solutions. You don't know about that, but you real good when it comes to the freaking law. And what pissed me off, right? I'm sitting up here and I'm watching a bunch of other little kids, right, down on Lombard somewhere, pulled the white guy out the car, and I guess they beat him up a little bit and somebody put him back. I started to go down there. I started to go down there as a black man to talk to our young generation and get on their butts. It's a way you approach the children. If they don't have a positive role model in their lives, yeah, they're going to act like that. Yes, they are. So I started to go down there and I was telling the guy that today, I was telling them that I started to jump in my truck and go down there and tell them, y'all got to stop doing this. If you're going to be out here and you want to clean windows and do stuff like that to make money, do what you got to do. But stop attacking the people. Stop doing that. Everybody ain't got to give you their money. I give them money anyway. Or it all depends on the mode I'm in at the time. If I got $10, $20, I give it to them and tell them they better split it up. And don't make me find out they ain't shared money. Little stuff like that. You got to make them feel like you really care for them too. I get sick and tired of y'all people who have the power, the ways and the means to do stuff. And you don't do it. You don't do it. I was talking to a guy, right? I was trying to find a picture. When I was driving the tractor trailer, I seen 2 flatbed trucks that I was going to get. I was going to get to put the water tanks on them so we can call them squeegee washers for the young boys. I reached out to y'all about that. Nobody helped me do nothing. But when something happened like this, somebody get killed, now everybody want to step up and be on the news about shit. Now you want to step up. Now you want to step up. What about that $2 million y'all gave to that organization, Turnaround Tuesday? Did they start that for the young boys? Because the girl told me they got the money. What about the goddamn going $20 million that Governor Hogan was supposed to when the plane came? Governor Hogan was supposed to give towards the city and reducing the crime rate. See, y'all say stuff one time, right? And then you don't hear about it no more. But not with me. Because I'm the same one that still supports that plane. Because I'm sick and tired of our city the way it is. And then people just want to sit back and talk about, there you go again, there you go again. That's right, because I care for people. If your sorry asses don't give a freak, that's on you. Don't come for me with that. Don't come for me. And I'm kind of pissed right now, right? Because I understand this little kid killed this man. So now you got 2 families messed up, right? You got 2 families messed up. We got that bill passed for slumlords to become licensed landlords. To become licensed landlords. So now they have to bring their property up to code. The reason why the council members did that, because they felt like mold, lead, and rodents dropping have a lot to do with our children's behaviors. See, y'all say stuff, you start stuff, but y'all never finish it. You never finish it. And then when I come and I say, okay, this is what we can do to kind of slow this down or slow that down, y'all don't want to hear it. But you'll turn around and give money to people that ain't doing a damn thing to slow it down. Nothing. And yes, I've been talking to Ross McNutt lately. Lately. Because this time when he come back, he's not going to depend on our local officials or the government. It's the community that's looking for it this time. He's going to put an extra camera on where he don't have to rely on the city watch cameras. They ain't telling y'all that, is they? Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. They ain't telling y'all what's going on. But I stay in touch with Ross. I try to stay in touch with people that I notice doing positive stuff around Baltimore City. It's a lot of them out there, but we so far apart. We can't cover it all like that. So I understand all of that. So little by little, you might be doing good in this area or in this community form right here, 3-block community, right? I'm just using that as an example. You might be doing a great job right there with the children, but 5 blocks down is horrible because nobody following up on that one too. So I understand we can't, I mean, you know, just basically one person. Excuse me, and it's not one. But if we don't come together and communicate and talk about what we're doing, a lot of us as black people is so freaking selfish. It's all about us, me, I. And when I say me, I, that's only because God is using me to do what needs to be done. All right, so don't think I'm talking about on a personal selfish note for me. No, I lived a good life. At 60 years old, I lived a good life. The dope, the cane, the alcohol, the women, and all that. But guess what? I got experience in a lot of that, how I was able to come out and stay out a day at a time. My phone kind of clicked off. Somebody was calling my phone. Um, yeah, I'm a little mad. You know, I'm a little mad, man, because I'm thinking about our kids. I'm thinking about our kids. Sometimes when you are lost, when you don't have um basically a foundation, when you don't have a foundation, and when you don't have a sense of direction and where to go in life, you will start creating stuff. And I'm talking about our children. It's bad enough that adults do it, but I'm talking about our teenagers. If you don't have a positive role model in your life, or you don't have people that's guiding you in the right direction, you will go down the wrong path. Because what's wrong, and I try to tell a lot of y'all too, a lot of the stuff that like selling drugs, hustling, and doing that type of stuff, that's normal if this is what you grew up in. It might not be normal to you that understand the difference. But when you in it, it seems like the normal thing to do because everybody else is doing it. Listen to a person that came out of it and learned to stay out of it a day at a time for going on almost 30 years. I just take my personal experience and I just go back and help whomever I can. Women, children, mothers, fathers, individuals, men, women, whoever need help, black, white, Hispanic, blue, purple, it doesn't matter to me. If you call me, you need help and I can help you, I'm going to help you. If I can guide you towards the help, I'm going to guide you towards the help. And a lot of y'all know I come on my live, I reach out for help, I reach out for funding, I reach out, and a lot of y'all won't even reach back. Won't even reach back. Sometimes that really discourages me, and I don't want to keep doing it because I want to be like some of y'all. Praise the Lord, family. Hallelujah. And Paul and John and Luke said this and they said that, but I don't help God's people. You fake, phony fool. Let me put it like that. You fake, phony fool. Because if you call yourself a Christian and you know what Christ did towards the people or any martyr that we had out there that came and embraced whatever religion you in, whatever lifestyle you live, it's always somebody to help you understand how to better be yourself or love yourself for who you are or is. And that's my whole goal with anybody. I don't care what you have. And I was okay. I was just going through my stuff, right? Just going through the news. And, stuff flashes across the phone. Or I'm on my tablet, right, playing the game. Stuff flashes across the phone. But I'm going to tell y'all, a lot of y'all out there that call yourselves like local leaders and all that type of stuff, if you look at the city, look at the condition the city is. So that goes to show a lot of y'all don't have no freaking clue on what to do. You just talk good. That's all. That's all. That's why I backed away from the Democrats. I like y'all now. Don't get me wrong. Y'all cool. Y'all cool people. But as far as the politics wise, the political stuff, please get out of here. Get out of here. I be reading a lot of people's stuff, and the moment they put up some negativity, some negative stuff, I notice how a lot of people chime in on them. I was watching Kim. Kim put something up about what's her name? The vice president, right? Kim posted something about her right now. And this woman is vice president, so she had to know something to be something to get somewhere. You didn't get there. But then you're going to put something out. And I noticed how many people will comment on that negative stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm looking at it and I'm like, look how people feed on that negativity. It's like y'all don't have your own way of thinking or doing things because you got to jump on somebody else's stuff. And I noticed a lot of y'all that post stuff, you knocking just like with Trump. We know Trump was a piece of shit. So stop acting like that was the best thing going for Baltimore City or the United States. No, it wasn't. And y'all know that. Trump even knew it. He told y'all. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman that happened to run for politics. He said that. His wife said it. He been saying it. But he's a good businessman. So he showed us he can do this, and it ain't got to be about politics to him. But y'all want to call him a politician. Y'all need to pay more attention to the people you support. Pay attention. So, all right, I'm talking to this guy, right? And I just looked it up again. A couple of years ago when I was working for A. Dewey Powell, I went to Delaware. This guy had some flatbed trucks, right? And they was kind of older. But I asked him, would he donate them to me? So, because my goal was to do a squeegee wash. Like put them big water tanks on there and, go somewhere and set up and let them wash cars and make money, right? So I'm waiting for the owner to get back in touch with me to let me know, can I come and get them flatbeds? Because one I was going to use for a squeegee wash thing for the squeegee boys or girls. And then the other one I was going to use like for cutting grass and stuff like that. But after talking to them for a while, they decided they're going to keep the trucks. But now that won't stop me. Understand, that will not stop me when that time presents itself. For if anybody want to work on doing things like with the squeegee kids to help turn their lives around, I'm right here for you. I have no problem going to certain businesses and, well, I ain't gonna say nonprofits because normally they looking for help themselves, but mostly businesses that have stuff abundantly, and we can get stuff to actually work with our children with, not just our children. That's why I work with women and children, husband, wives. I help people. I can get donation. Since now, I'm gonna be honest now, since the COVID, a lot of people haven't been giving me stuff like they used to. And in a way, right, I'm kind of, okay, it's a break. It's kind of like a break thing. So that's what I'm trying to, look at it as. But still, I can't stop doing what I'm doing as far as helping the people because this is not something that I choose to do. I already know that. My relationship with the Father is spiritual, not based on a particular religion. It's spiritual. So basically what I try to do, I try to emulate. Listen to what I'm saying. I try to emulate Christ's humility. If you call yourself a Christian, first find out what Christ was all about. Then you emulate the person. Now, guess what? And I'm talking about the personality, the character. I ain't into Mark, John, Luke, David, all of them. Yeah, I read their stories. I understand their stories and stuff like that. But then I started understanding they was ordinary human beings just like me and y'all. My language bad at times, but you know what I mean. I understand they was ordinary people just like us, who God just tend to use. So y'all can blow it up and put them wherever you want. But they was the one that helped me reading into Matthew, Mark, Luke, Timothy, David, Jeremiah, Jonah, reading into their stories helped me find me and the work that I need to do that God called me to come out and do. And be honest with y'all, because y'all don't donate to nothing, y'all don't help with nothing. Understand, that's not my family. They aren't my family's out there doing breaking laws and doing what they're doing like that. That's not the Copelands. That's my immediate family that I know. But I put my life on the line to try to help others. because y'all act like y'all afraid of your own freaking children. You created them, and then you're afraid to talk with them, and then hate when I come on, and then somebody like this lady, don't you ever do that again, miss. I don't even know who you is. Talia Johnson, you gonna sit up there and put something out about I'm scamming people, I'm taking people money and all of that. Please, I don't have nobody's independent card. I don't have nobody Chime card, or what is that? The Cash App card. I don't have people's stuff. That's their stuff. My goal is to teach them how to be more responsible with their stuff. So what I do, I make sure if you pay your stuff on time, you buying your food, you taking care of yourself, you being productive, you being responsible. That's what I want to see. Then when it gets to that point, for me to reach out to which I'm trying to reach out now, to like homeless services and Section 8s and all this type of stuff. So in the homeless services and housing and stuff like that, so that some vouchers can come through my program so that we can help people. But my thing is, y'all need to cut back on some of these damn stipulations y'all got too. I'm telling you, because a person got a criminal background, you mean to tell me they can't turn their lives around? Please. And you might have been in the same category, but it's the way they want it done. Y'all should have fixed it where they wouldn't put such stipulations in to stop people from moving forward in life. And then y'all wondering why things is the way they are. Because y'all make it harder for the poor people. I took up truck driving at 21. So I ain't had to rely on like social service and all that type of stuff, Medicaid and all that like some people had to do. Now that I'm a little bit older, I understand the importance of having that stuff at the age now when you don't have, like from a job, when you don't have that medical assistance to that health insurance to help you now that you're not working. But guess what? When I worked, I put into those projects. I put into it when they took out for taxes and stuff. So, in other words of what I was saying, I'm really, and I'm trying to be patient. I'm really disappointed in a lot of our local officials. I don't know where the freak y'all come from. I don't know what world y'all was brought up in. I really don't know. I really don't know. I was listening to you, Zeke, and guess what? It does sound good to pay them on a daily basis. That's not teaching them how to be responsible. If you know that they would have to work at least an 8-hour or 40 a week type job or hour and a half, I mean, get paid after time, after time and a half, after 8, stuff like that, or 40, you want to teach them how to be responsible. If you give them the money on a daily basis, they ain't gonna do nothing but blow it because it's not, if they're not good with saving, let me go there with that. If they're not good with saving what money they have, right? They're gonna blow it. So you gotta teach them how to be responsible. And that starts at a very young age. Somebody give you $40, don't spend it all at one time. $40 probably lasts me close to a year now. I'm just joking. But I don't do too much but put gas in the truck, go buy my diet soda, cake here and there. I don't do too much. I got clothes out the Yang Yang. I got shoes out the Yang Yang. So if I want to go somewhere and dress up, hey, I'll be about the best looking one to step up in there because that's who I am. And guess what? This is stuff I learned throughout my process of living life. I ain't trying to be nobody else. I'm trying to just learn. Look, I've learned to love Stephen LaBelle Copeland. Whether you like me or not, I learned to love me. I ain't that big, evil, nasty dude that I used to be. But let me tell you something. That big, evil, nasty dude ain't that freaking far, too. I just don't like prison. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I'm cool with prison. I don't want to be behind no locked doors or bars that I can't walk out of. And if y'all, anybody else that likes living like animals and think that's okay, the three hots and the cot, that's fine. Not me. I work for what I want in life. And don't want too much today. Then been married twice. Had a daughter by the first marriage, have a son and a daughter by the second marriage. That remind me of somebody in Bible. When people want to sit back and talk about, like, if you married, right, and you end up leaving that marriage and moving on to something else, like that's something wrong. Nope. Whose story was that in the Bible? God blessed him with twice the amount of kids he had before. And guess what? This is what I did with all my family members. I'm talking about my real close ones. When they was born, I raised them up to God because they are his. So now for mine, because of the way I try to live my life, I ask God in a way, like Jesus gave his life for our sins. So whatever my kids fall short, I pray that he will forgive them for me. In the case of me, I was trying to find another word, but I couldn't get that word out. Same way, what's your name, Job did. Make sure I'm saying the right one. He prayed for the sins of his children. Let him bear their sins. Like, be at fault. Forgive them for what they do. If y'all understand what I'm saying. But guess what? When my kids get to that point that they want to accept Jesus Christ because they want to get to know him for themselves, because I don't even push Christ on my children. I don't. I'm the one that needed Christ. My children live in a good life, a good, morally, godly life. They was raised in the church, but I'm just saying, when it come to that time, I did not until, and this is something that I look at, until they understand the importance of having a relationship with Jesus Christ, then will they be baptized. I don't force nothing on my children. I don't play that because I understand I'm showing my children the good side of life. And when they do something off whack, I don't beat them down. Come here. I'll talk to them and I let them know what they did was wrong, and I gotta let them know too, no matter what. It's mistakes learned. You learn from that. You learn from that. I don't tell none of my kids, you don't make no sense. You make me sick. You don't do that. You don't do that. No. Now, I grew up through some harsh times and my mother was rough. But guess what? Not me. Because, well, thank God. I just thought about that too. I thank God that when I started doing foster care, they taught me how to, like, respond to children with certain, disabilities and stuff like that, behavior issues and stuff. So that was one of the best things that I could have done, because that taught me, in a sense, y'all, how to raise minds too and deal with minds in certain ways. You know what I mean? And my kids would tell you the only time they would get a beating from me if they disrespected their teachers or if they disrespected their elders. And that's what my mother used to tell us. That was the only time. I mean, you did something wrong, you got what you got back then. But my kids know I did the 1, 2, 3, and if y'all did it the third time, 3 strikes you out, you got a whooping. So they would tell you the only time my father would beat us, they'd tell you. My kids would tell you. Because I wasn't, it wasn't a thing where if they did something stupid, I'm going to pop them and make them look bad. No, y'all can do that. And then it takes people like myself and others to build them back up. So anyway, I kind of got real pissed. And because they trying to figure out what they're going to do with these squeegee kids, right? So I'm telling y'all now, from what I'm getting, they're going to start locking them up. They're going to start locking them up. When I heard what Commissioner Harris said, they're going to start locking your kids up because that's all they know. They don't know about rehabilitation. They don't know that. And then what they do, right? Somebody like me with personal life experience, have my own business, have my EIN number where I help the less fortunate people. You won't send nobody or finances my way to help the business grow. So I got to do what I got to do as time permits itself or as it comes. I reach out to a lot of y'all with businesses and ask for help. People help you to get where you're at with your business. And now a lot of y'all forgot. I'm just coming right behind you. I'm coming right behind you. I need rental property. I got about 10 goddamn phone calls of women with children needing somewhere to go. And that's not just talking individuals. And I'm telling you, it's going to grow more now. Because I just met this lady who has a recovery house for men and women. But she get ready to let the recovery house for the women go. I want that goddamn building because from what I understand, that sucker got a lot of rooms in it. I want that building, you know, because I got people that's calling me and my thing, you know, I mean, I don't want to turn people away, but I got to do what I got to do. And then I'm making phone calls and I'm calling people saying, hey, this is Steve Copeland from Strengthening the Community. I need your support, blah, blah, blah. I need your help. I got people calling. I need, you know, but then a lot of y'all, you know, everybody don't have a drug or alcohol issue, but that's good. And I let them know, whoever I deal with, I let them know for anybody that I invite them or turn them on to, you have to sign up for that mental health program because I understand how important that is to getting people back to a healthy, normal state of mind. So a lot of y'all, because your mind might be somewhere all the way over there, you know what I mean? But today, I'm just a thinker. I'm a thinker. I'm a figure outer. I'm a solutioner. When I'm trying to turn my phone where I can see myself. So when it comes to certain situations in life, my thing is I'm not going to step in it if I don't have no experience in it. I'm not. My thing is go through what you got to go through sometimes. Just don't do nothing that might send your butt to jail and stuff like that, right? But just don't do nothing that will get you locked up. I understand you know, I'm gonna tell you the best experience for me is just learning from my mistakes. You can't take that from me. You cannot dissect it. You can't tear it up. You can't fix it. Don't even try. I don't care about your PhD. You went off of other people's information to study to get where you at. So don't come for me like that. Don't. Because a lot of us don't have that type of personal experience. You had to study up on stuff, do research about certain behaviors, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, that's great. And I'm only saying that because I understand when I deal with people, my goal is to take you in the inside, introduce you to you. And I know sometimes the only way, if you don't have faith, if you don't have trust, well, if you can't be honest with yourself, that's the first thing. You got to be honest with thyself. To thy own self be true. If you don't have faith back in yourself, if you don't trust back in you, if you don't trust it in you, you won't give it to somebody else. That's why when people come in my life, my goal is to help you learn to be okay with yourself, that you will be able to at least share what's going on with you with that stranger, that therapist, that psychiatrist, you know, that counselor. Because you got to hit the person first. See, a lot of y'all don't understand that. You think because your hair cut nice and you dress nice and you smell nice and people gonna just trust that. No, that looks good on the outside, but it's the inside. And it's a lot of dressed up garbage cans walking around in Baltimore City. Repeating the same stuff. Don't have no life experience to say, you know what, this is what actually works. I don't have to go through trial and error for it to work. This is what actually worked for me. And if you apply it like this, it will be successful for you too. That's what I do with people, y'all. I didn't ask for this. I drove the tractor trailer. I never thought, I would have never imagined in my life At 58 years old, I would be retired. And the reason why I actually went on and did it, because I'm a diabetic and I had to go back on insulin. I could have still drove and played games with it, but I felt like that was God's way of telling me, no, it's time to do something different too, Steve. So now I was already out there doing helping with the community. I met a lot of y'all throughout this process. And believe me, if y'all got close to me, I love y'all. Don't get it wrong. I just can't hang around y'all like I used to. Because once I get close to you and I find out that little shady side, I mean, hey, do what you gotta do to make what you made. I ain't gonna knock you, don't get me wrong. But I just choose not to take that route. I choose not to take it. Yeah, I'm tired of being broke. I'm praying now. God, let me make more money than I could spend, because that's the only way I'll save money. If I have an extra $500 or $1,000, believe me, it's going right back into whatever I'm doing. Believe me. So, but I know from watching others, it's going to come to a point where I will be making more than I would need to spend back out that I can save. That's the only way you're gonna make money. You got to make more money than you can spend. And guess what? Yeah, I want to make money, but I'm all right. I'm telling you. I got the white truck outside. I got a green Armada. Um, I don't want for too much. I can eat whatever I want when I want. You know, I can go if I want to go somewhere. I can go. I'm all right. Whatever that may be, but I'm all right. I ain't got to sit up here. What can I do today to make people like me? Because y'all, look, Lady J already told me. She said, you know what? You are. And this is what happened when I went down to the Middle River. A lot of y'all got shambooed and all of that. Understand this. I joined Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland, a couple of years ago, probably about 4 years ago, right? Communities United fight for the democracy of Black people in Baltimore City, like the Democrats. But what I started understanding, we fight the laws that tends to hurt our poor people. We strengthen you to stand up and fight for yourself. But no, here comes Steve Copeland. I'm not just gonna, they empower you, but you still got people that don't have the courage to actually do the rest. And that's where I came in at. And that's where the biggest arguments used to come in at with me. We don't provide a service. But my thing is, sometimes you got to grab people by the hand and walk them through the next process. So people faulted me for that too, but that's fine. That's just who I am. That's who I am. My thing is your success rate and how you help people, how you motivate people, how you move people. And it's not the people like your middle class people or people that's above the poverty rate, because most people that's, I'm gonna say, above the poverty rate, they live a good life. They don't rely on the government or the system the way you would, and not making, a lot of money, mainly when you have a lot of responsibilities, or you don't have that further education or working skill to put you there. So guess what? That's where I come in at with helping people. I don't care, man, woman, children, boy, girl. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At one time, I'm telling you, I mean, I used to go call people, and I'm talking about friends and family and all of that. Hey, I need y'all to help me with this, help me with that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, man, I try to reach out for help. Nobody. 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 I'm sorry, Gloria and Patricia. But basically, nobody. But I watch how people come on here just like me and has been successful in doing what I'm trying to get to. but won't give back. It's like, good luck to you, bro. I'm telling you. And what really gets me, it's like, well, be honest, this not my family. This not my people. Trying to help reduce the homicide rate. Trying to help reduce the crime rate. A lot of y'all, I don't know if you really pay attention or understand or not, but check this out. Baltimore City, anything, anything. And I'm talking about we're fighting the crime and all that type of stuff. We can reduce that. They don't want to. Look where it's basically happening in your 4 major high crime areas. Let them take each other out. We got what, 17, 18,000 vacant houses in Baltimore inner city. Inner city. I've been reaching out to these so-called developers that's doing stuff, and they doing it now. Don't get it wrong. They doing it in Baltimore. They doing it, but not in your inner city that really needs the help. So now y'all wondering why our people starting to gravitate more to Fells Point? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They going out the area. They done trashed up the inner city enough now. So it's like, okay, now we need to go to another area. Y'all ain't getting that? Y'all ain't getting it? So Fells Point, don't get mad, don't get upset if you know the riffraff, I'm gonna just use that word to y'all, might come into your kind of classy conservative areas and start to show off. That's because they just going to the next level. And believe me, they playing that. If you what I seen, if you had about 200 people down Fells Point, mark my words, they planned that mess out on Facebook or the gathering. You know what I mean? To meet up. It ain't something where they just, oh, let's just go try such and such and such. No, no. Same with when the 400 went down in the harbor. They planned it out. But you got to understand, when you don't have nothing in the inner city for our inner city people to do, they're going to create stuff. So don't get mad when you see them coming in your more conservative areas and acting, like they in the ghetto. That's because they just expanding their horizon. Because you taking everything out the city, out of the inner city, where they ran all these vacant houses, vacant lots, trash infested areas, and they tired of it themselves. So what they say, hey, we're gonna go over to the next community. This is what happens. Y'all haven't realized that? I was looking at that video too. Sometimes I just sit here and I just look at stuff. I don't say nothing no more. At least I try not to in that sense. Because it's not a real good feeling um, when you do what you do and then you try to reach out to people for their love and support in what you do. And I hate, please understand this, as a Christian man, as a brother and a child, I'm no different than you if you speak in tongues. I just fight in another way. Speaking in tongues is just the way you communicate with God. I talk with God. If I don't say a word out of my mouth to God, he knows my mind. He already know what I'm about to say before I even say it. See, a lot of this stuff I didn't understand at first, but I understand a lot of it today. Drive by, double shooting in Middle River. that just came across my phone in Newsbreak. And you see how people doing what they're doing because they don't have no respect for the law no more. Then again, they know people ain't gonna tell, so it's like I can go do whatever I want. Now I won't take no chance in doing that. Cause I know y'all snitching on me. That was D. Mm-mm. But guess what? What goes around come around. When you got family members out there shooting and doing what they doing, understand. If they know you are part of their family, don't get upset when they come for you next. Or one of your other loved ones, just so that person who went and did what they did can feel how they feel. Because that's the way I used to think too. And sometimes, be honest with you, I'll think like that today, but then it's like, who you mad at? You know how one time somebody can piss you off and you can wait 2, 3 months, 5, 10 years, and then later retaliate. I had to let all those reservations like that go. When I thought about stuff like this, like, man, let that bull junk go. Breaking your peace in the here and now. Forgiveness and acceptance. That's why I said when I get ready to do the couch conversation, we're going to tear that thing up, y'all. We're going to tear that thing up. I done already ordered my lights and everything. I got my room set up. I done ordered 2 mics. Um, um, I was talking with Lady J about, now as time go on, when I see that I really, really, really need to invest more in like mics and whatever we need, but Lady J kind of put me on point and told me that the phones can do basically the exact things that your regular camera or what's that computer or anything could do. But I do have a laptop and I'm thinking about computer. And I'm thinking about getting another one that I will be working from because I want to zoom it in the room where it will just capture everybody. So I want to sit it where, you will see all of us sitting right there. I got 4 chairs at the desk. So the people that's coming in, 9 times out of 10, if we're going to work this thing together, we might, it all depends now, because I'm with live stream right now. I mean, Restream. And what I do like about Restream right now, and I know I'm streaming to Linkit, I'm streaming to YouTube, I'm streaming to Twitter and Twitch and my Lavelle Copeland page. I'm trying to put the Stephen Copeland in for my Facebook page. And those are 5 media sites that I will be, at one time when I talk on this, it goes to those. All them other ones I'm not familiar with, but as I learn about that, as we begin to grow, and if I feel like that's what we need to do, we'll do it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. Just let me say that. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just something that's on my spirit or on my mind. Between the two, I don't. It's just, and it's just trying to do something positive. Stay positive. It's not hustling or doing something stupid. So I believe deep down in my spirit that this is God, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just doing. If y'all understand, I don't know. I'm not questioning it. I shared with people. God put the people in my life that basically doing or there, like Giovanni. Giovanni got the conservative thing that he does. Lady J got Lady J production that she does. Then we got Willie Watts, my man Willie Watts, who's a comedian, and he's been doing real good with that. And moving, going places. Theru, I mean not Theru, Maru. I finally, me and him Facebook friends, so I be watching him playing with his girls and stuff. Van Brooks, Joel Gamble, I can't forget my man. Uh, he's a mentor. It's a lot of people I know on LinkedIn, man, that's doing some great and wonderful things. And a lot of people respond to my post I put on, and they invite me out to whatever they're doing. And y'all know I'm not real good with a lot of the computer stuff, that most people do. But I get supports from a lot of Black men that has their own businesses. A lot of them mentoring young men. They might be across the country, but they're mentoring young men. I got women on there, women from DC that sends me friend requests so we can kind of, collaborate together on what we do. Baltimore City is the only place I have an issue with when it comes to me trying to get y'all to support what I do. I don't know why we do that, y'all. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know why we kind of look at each other and you see I'm just one individual. Y'all prayed for me, so I had to calm this down some. But understand this, I calmed this down, thank God, and y'all, mostly y'all for praying for me. Definitely y'all. So my thing is trying to do things in decency and order. But keep in mind, I'm not no joke. I'm not no joke. If you're not serious when it comes to our most vulnerable people or helping the poor people, stuff like that, if you're not serious or you doing it to profit for yourself, and I understand, yes, business-wise it's all about money, I understand that, but if you robbing and you stealing and you taking, just don't let me see it. That's all I say. Don't let me see it. Because you know how people will, because we're associated with certain people, they figure you doing the same thing. I love Christina Flowers. I walked away from Christina Flowers. It was something that happened that I really didn't approve of. But two, I admire what she do, where her heart is at. But all that other stuff, I do not take people cards. Your food stamp card is your food stamp card. Your cash bank card is your card. I'm not holding on unless you need somebody to help you in that sense. But other than that, no. Your money is your money. I don't ration your money out. No, I don't do it. So you got a lot of other businesses, from what I understand, that does stuff like that. I just don't do it. I want my people to learn to be more independent. I'm not trying to take control and run over your life and dictate who you should date, what you should eat, how you know. No. I just want you to learn to be more productive so you won't fall back into that same category again of becoming homeless or losing things. I lost the job. The cars got messed up. Y'all know all that. The truck finally got fixed. I went and got me another car to move around, and my daughter got that. My daughter had that for like 2 months now. I let her hold it one day, and she was calling me like, "Dad, you coming to get your car?" I said, "Girl, go ahead." So now I think she had it probably about 2 months. Matter of fact, this is my stepdaughter. I raised her. She was a month and a half when I met her mother. I raised her, but that's my daughter. That's my daughter. I call her father daddy number 2. I'm daddy number 1. And we don't do nothing but bust out laughing. But anyway, I was a little disappointed. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I lied to you not. Sometimes I just want to give up on Baltimore City. I meet some people who tell me the stuff that they used to do and how people act like they didn't appreciate it, how people didn't support them, and they just got to the point they just stopped. And they might have been the ones that, might have been something like a self thing that they was doing. Because to me, seriously, if I turn my back on God's people as far as the work I'm doing, I believe the Holy Spirit with the shame and the guilt will eat me up. I'm telling you, I have peace in my life when I'm walking in the direction that I believe God has called me to walk in. How I avoided chaos, a lot of chaos and confusion, because I try my best to stay away from what you say, what she say, what he say. And I'm going to tell you, God started moving people out my life. And I miss a lot of them too. I do. But because to me, we did some great work together, but it was something there that I couldn't see. But God seen it. And he removed people out of my life. Tracy, I love you, baby. Ellen, I love you. Archie, I love you, bro. I know we don't really mess with each other too much no more. I never tried to hurt you. I always had your back, but you made people think I was against you. But you know, that's what happens when you drinking and all that type of stuff. I had your back, bro. You had everybody thinking, like Ross and Joyce and all of them thinking that I was like doing crooked stuff to you. So they got to the point, guess what? They ain't even want to be bothered with me. I am who I am. I know how to tone down and kiss butt. I, mm, I just choose not to. I think I'm too old for that. And then I had to realize I was always the type of person that helped our less fortunate. Even when bullies would come at the more weaker person, I stood up for them. So a lot of the stuff that I do today, it just take me back to my mother. You know, my mother, me and the white guy was just talking not too long ago. How the elders would bring you in the house and feed you and stuff like that. I said, man, you took me back to the olden days. And guess what? That's where I'm at now. I'm only giving back what was gratefully or graciously taught to me. So let me tell you, I'm gonna say your name to Leah Johnson because I'm on open arms with families, right? Helping out families. You come behind me and call me a scammer and all this type of stuff. I don't even know you. Let me make that clear. Talia Johnson, I don't know you. And I know you don't know me. Because if you knew me, you would never say that about me. See, you got to know me in order to do that. But my thing is, don't block the way when somebody is reaching out for help, because that's what you was doing. The woman was reaching out to me for help. And you came in with your devilish mouth. And I'm like, why would you do that? She's asking for help, food and stuff. And you gonna sit up there, don't trust him, he's a scammer, he'll take all your money. I'm like, what? No, I would have went to the market for her and got her some food. I would have went and got her and took her to the market. So don't you ever and anybody else call yourself doing that to me. Don't do it. And I said, this must be a sick, miserable woman. I don't know you. And if you truly know me, you would never say that about me because you would know that's not what I'm about. If I can't do something for you, I can't do it. But I have taken or I have stopped past the market, got people stuff, and took it to their houses. I ain't had to. And I think you was one of them people that call yourself coming after me when the Middle River protesting they was doing down there. But see, guess what? They psyched y'all out. I already knew what was going on. They fooled y'all. That's what pissed me off because they was lying to y'all. I was talking to Brenda the other day. She said the Pisces people, now mind you, they opened up their restaurant and then they end up having to close it, saying they still down there saying little stupid stuff. Move on with your life. Come on, move on. You in the restaurant business, these people got about 5 or 6 restaurants, but you want to try to tear them down. They've been doing it for years. So it's going to take years. You can't just 5 restaurants, seafood restaurants, and you think y'all can just come in and close that down like that? Y'all crazy in your head. And then if they've been in Middle River for 15 years, check this out. They've been in Middle River 16 or 17 now. Been in Middle River year for all that long, and these people just finding out they racist. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. Let's be real. Y'all ain't sensed something or realized certain things throughout the 17 years. Come on, let's be real. So I'm gonna get ready to go because this been on an hour. But I had to come on here because one, I was listening to the news thing about the Squeegee Boys. You know, I ain't proud of nothing they done or doing. Don't get it wrong. I don't have no bad experience with none of them. If they come over to the truck or they go to act like they're gonna do it, I'll be like, nah, 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 or I ain't got nothing, to give, something like that. I don't argue with them. And I always tell them when I pull off, just be safe out there. Even though they might, be in certain little crazy spaces. Sometimes you gotta greet them, if you understand what I'm trying to say. You don't just yell and scream at them, get the fuck away from here. No, don't touch my goddamn window. Yeah, because that will put people on the defense mode. And I'm not saying it's right. Don't get it wrong. You got a bunch of kids out there, man. Some of them, they making real good money doing what they doing, and their little hustle. It's sad that they resorting to certain things now, but that's not all of them. I have no problem if I got $5, $10, $20. If I got extra like that in my pocket and I go past somebody, I give it to them. There's about four of them out there. I give them a $20 bill, tell the oldest looking one, split it up with them. It's just a hustle. And we as people is the ones that normally turn it around to make it out to be something real nasty. Now they trying to figure out what we're going to do with the Squeegee Boys. And then I just watched the video of the guy with the baseball bat. They got a video of him not just swinging the bat once, but he swung the bat twice. And Will, if you see this, I'm not because I, my heart go out to your wife and her family because it was sad. It was sad. But if you feel you in danger with encountering them, try to slide on. That's all you got to do is tell them no, thank you. If you don't have anything on you to give them, just tell them, say I don't have anything right now, but I appreciate it. That's all. That's all. Nope, y'all want to come up to the corners with a bunch of black little young boys, rough rats, and then y'all feel like you want to treat them like trash, and yes, that does offend them. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you, 9 times out of 10, they probably not hanging out there now because the guy got killed. So they probably cleared the area a little bit. But somebody like me would go down there and tell them, man, come here, y'all. Y'all can't be doing this. Y'all can't be doing that. I love y'all. I don't want to see y'all get in trouble. Little stuff like that. Sometimes they need to hear it. Even if they don't feel it inside yet. They need to hear it. But if you're a miserable person and you feed them that misery, yes, that's like throwing a match on gasoline, fueling the fire. And a lot of this, I'm not being smart. I don't blame the kids too much. I look at these grown people who should be more responsible and productive or solutionaries. Coming up with solutions, y'all steady stuck in the problems. You stuck in the problem. I'm all about a new Be More city, rebuilding our communities is what I'm all about. I don't get finances from like the state or the government. I can't even get y'all donate money to help me, that little extra mile. And I try not to worry about it. I don't follow a group, y'all, because sometimes it's a bunch of chaos and confusion that comes with that. But I want to support people that's like-minded like myself. Y'all know I talk about any and everything, which I have learned a little bit to shut up some people talking about you might be sharing this, sharing too much. People gonna steal your ideas. You can't steal my ideas. If it's not yours, it's not gonna be successful. But if you have something similar, stick to whatever you're doing. Cause I can only do what God like laid on me. That's all. That's all. You know, I don't trust a lot of people like I used to no more. Um, a lot of the people that I trust twist stuff around, try to make it seem like it's me, the crutball one, but it's like, yeah, okay. I ain't got rob and steal and take from nobody. Have a nice night. I'm gonna listen to this. I hope y'all can hear me real well, because sometimes my voice on Restream, it kind of get a little squeaky here and there when I'm listening back to it. And Lady J told me that it's the broadcast services that I'm working with. It's not the phone itself. It's the broadcast that I'm on. So if I end up having to leave Restream and do something different, then that's what I'm gonna do. But I like it because it branches out to like five. You covered under five basic social media sites, and that's what I like. Where I can come on and it'll stream to Twitter, it'll stream to YouTube, it'll stream to LinkedIn. And people on LinkedIn could watch my live, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I was trying to see if I can get it on Instagram too, but that might be something that'll come down the line later. So I love y'all, and I'm out, and I'm a little frustrated because a lot of us don't realize our young people need us, y'all. Our young people need us, and I need a lot of y'all. Um, I was talking to the guy about the trailer today, and remodeling the trailer. So the guy told me I can get it. So that's not an issue right there, and I pay it off how I can. He said it'll be where it's at. So I want to go and give him as much as I can because I actually want to start working on it. So I told the guy today that's gonna help me, with the electric and everything. I said, I want to take everything out because I noticed he put everything back in. When I went around there one day, he told me he had the toilet sink, and then you see the sideboards and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff that he had took out to repair it, he ended up just putting it back in because it was in another spot in the yard. So that's on the trailer now. So I've been reaching out to people, and I think it's sad once again because the whole goal with this is to do a mobile office, to pull up to some of these encampments, talk with some of our homeless and less fortunate individuals and families, register them, sign them up, or get their names and numbers, so that we can help them, the ones that want the help to get into housing, the ones that need the mental counseling and all that type of stuff, sign them up for counseling and stuff like that. Now, I'm willing to do this, and I'm willing for people to come with me. We can do it either twice a week, start out with once, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, something like that, 2, 3 hours. Just go out. All depends on where we at, how we feel, what's going on. Just come out and do some things with them. I probably put me a high seat in there or get a barber chair. If I see I got a little space like that for it, so that my friend Rob can cut hair. But I might just do something where he could either put the chair in or take the chair out, but put a tall seat up in there where he could cut hair and everything. So I'm looking at this, y'all, and I can't say it enough. I need y'all. I can't do it by myself. But if y'all want to talk about how good Jesus Christ is and how good God is, oh, God got your back. Oh, God got you. Oh, yeah, I know he do. I know he do. But I know too that when sometimes if we believe in the vision or the mission of the person, God put us there to support that. I didn't understand a lot of that. But I'm just saying this because my pastor or my bishop is Dr. Jerome Stokes. He came from a church, a storefront church. Then he went up York Road. Now he's on Old York Road in a bigger church now because the people believed in the vision that he was sharing with them that God gave him. And they ended up into this bigger spot. Now, when I came, we was getting ready to go into a bigger spot up there off of Joppa Road. I might be a little bit too far, but off of Joppa Road where the Lowe's at and all that, he was going to get that spot. But then rather than him doing that, I think at the time we was doing like 2 services, and then he said he'd just start doing 3. That was before the COVID came, because the COVID and all of that slowed a lot of churches down. So if you believe in the vision, you believe in the man and the man's vision as far as what God, envisioned for them, then the goal is to support the vision, the mission. I didn't understand that at first. And guess what? He could have been lying and all that type of stuff too, but that's my pastor. And I believed in him. That's where I've been for the last 21 years. I don't care to go anywhere else. I don't go visit a lot of other churches. I just don't. I don't like a lot of people feeding my spirit, just anything. But when you know you got somebody that's doing the work to better or help transition people's lives and you believe in it, just watch what they do. That's the best thing I can tell y'all. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. And a lot of times I'll sit, I meet with people, I share the vision with people. That's why right now I'm trying to get everything, like I got my business proposal together. I just need it typed up and put into perspective. I got it. I just need somebody to type it. And guess what? I'm going to make extra copies for like businesses, sponsors, and investors. So I can let them see this is what the goal is with strengthening the community. So that way I have something laid out for you. I done helped a lot of people through this process. A lot of people. I done helped people and be honest, had to turn around and tell them if you ain't happy, you can go. You ain't got to sit back and tell me this not right, that's not right. You coming in to make your life right. Don't come in trying to tell me, I'm cool. But if you coming in and you know your life has fallen apart, in order for you to get your life back together, you got to follow some rules and regulations and some discipline and tell yourself no, because you'll go right back to where you came from. I got a brother at the house right now. Might have to let him go. He started out good. You starting to miss now. I'm getting a phone call because you're not talking to your psychiatrist. You're not keeping your appointments. They trying to reach you. Not here. Not here. Why? Why you here? You started out good, and they're gonna tell me something about well, I'll start preparing myself to leave. Yup, do that. Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You started out good. It ain't my problem that you don't want to continue doing the necessary work to turn your life around. And when you came out, you was a little lighter than what you is now. It's getting real dark. It ain't looking good. And I'm just speaking to anybody. If you call yourself going into somebody's program for help, stop trying to tell freaking help how to help you. Or I don't like the way they do this. I don't like the way they do that. That's because you don't like following rules. That's why your life turned out the way it did. And that's a shame when you're a certain age in life where you should be really at that point of having your life together, your life, your living arrangements, and all of that. But it's like now you like 40 something, 50, and you talking about rebuilding, which I'm not saying you can't, but you talking about restarting your life. When actually you should be at a phase where it's time to relax now and enjoy looking back over your life, not trying to regain a life. And like I said, don't get it wrong. It happens. It happens. But if you know for a fact everything you did to try to do the right things in life just kept landing you in hot water, stop trying to tell people who trying to bring you into cold water how you, in a way, you really rather stay in the hot water. I'm gonna say warm water, right? Where it's not too cold and it's not too hot. So I feel like mentally right now, I feel 100% better after I wild out just a little bit. I did. Cause I'm just looking at our babies, y'all. I'm just looking at our kids. I'm looking at the video of people down there at Fells Point and stuff, shaking their big booties and all that type of stuff. And I mean, come on. I remember them days when we used to, running around getting high, coming up in the communities, having fun and all that. But now they at Fells Point. So I guess they're gonna get the National Guards now down in Fells Point. So y'all we talking about homicide, the homicide rate now. People talking about we need the National Guards to come in. They come into Baltimore City. Do you think they're not going to start shooting people rather than them? If they feel as though their life might get taken first, they're gonna take our people out first. So that's more killing that's going to go on to me. That's why I'm trying to fight like crazy to get that plane back. And like I told Ross, when y'all came here, it, you, Archie, all y'all got together, y'all did what you did. I was a part of y'all getting it here. Nobody reached out to me, and I said, man, let's not do that this time. Because the thing is, we gotta talk about the plane, talk about the plane, talk about the plane, to let our people know. You go out there and commit a heinous crime this time, we ain't gotta worry about nobody snitching on you. Your behavior with the evidence will tell on you itself. So 9 times out of 10, once we collect that evidence and give it to the detectives to come and get you, and they showing you, the house you came out of to where you went to commit the crime and where you went after. So even if you go in a house with 1,000 people in there, we know it's one person in that house. They came out of this house to go and killed somebody here and went to that house. So we pinpoint the one that came out the house. It could be 1,000 people in another house, but we know it ain't 1,000 people in that house that he came out of. So it's at least one of them. We know that. A lot of y'all don't know, and I'm gonna get ready to get off. Um, Ivan Bates had sent for that information from the plane. I believe in 2016, it was this guy that got shot by the police. They set him up and all this type of stuff, right? And the guy been in jail. And Ivan Bates reached out to get that information, the evidence, and got this young man cleared. And I think he sued the city for almost $200,000. See, this is the stuff that I was telling people when me and Archie and all of us was on the air talking about it. If you have a son or daughter that was killed back in, at that time it was 2017, but 2016. If you had a son or daughter that was killed during that time, and Ross, that plane was here during that the months, Ross can give you the evidence to either prove your innocence or to find that person that did what they did guilty. And I was sharing that on WOLB. I was telling y'all that I wanted to make sure. So now I don't know what so-called happened because he was here for 6 months and they ended up letting it go. So I'm telling y'all, with a lot of our people, I don't know where their hearts and their minds at. And I'm talking about our local leaders. I don't know where their hearts and where their minds are at. Where they think by creating laws and bills and legislations and stuff like that, it will take hold. It will have an effect. But look at the years it could take to actually have the effect that it really needs. The thing with the camera, right? With the plane, if your plan will take 6 to 7 years to at least come to play, number one, you might not even be in office no more. So now they're not going to continue using your plan to solve to reduce certain things. So it only is going to work, or you try to make it work while you're right there. So now somebody else going to come up with, well, we got a plan that it might take another 10 years that we can slow it. And it's just going to go on and on and on. But y'all are so good at convincing the people why we shouldn't, why not. When we got all the evidence right here in Baltimore City. We got the city watch cameras, we got the green light cameras, we have the doorbell cameras, we have the spot shot or whatever that is, can tell you where the shot was fired from, but nobody uses nothing to really reduce a lot of what's going on. Somebody somewhere making some big money over the death and the life and the death of our people. And organs. When I heard one day the Rue said they starting to do headshots, I said, oh my God. They starting to do more headshots. So it's the organs now. And the organs have probably already been there anyway. But people need to wake up. People need to wake up. The very life you save just might be your own. And I love y'all, and I'm out here, and be safe and have a wonderful night. Take care, family. Love y'all.